Batman Gotham Knight is a movie made by the producers of Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. I guess they were huge anime fans as well, because this movie is a collection of 6 animated shorts with different artists from each episode, all in the style of anime. Since this is one of the few movies out there where they present us multiple short stories, then I gotta review them while ranking them so you can see which ones I think are the best. All 6 episodes entertained me. They didn't suck. It was a damn good presentation from all of them. But since there are some that are better than others, I gotta rank them. Have I got a story for you? Starting with my least favorite, I'd say it goes to the first story presented called Have I Got a Story for You? There's 2 things I like about this episode. Its art style and the fact that this story revolves around pedestrians that witnessed Batman, but since it's kids, all their stories are greatly exaggerated. I get it, it's part of its charm to the story, right? But every time I watch it, I'm just thinking, what's the real Batman doing? I want to see the real Batman. That's my only reason why I would put this short story in the back of the line for this list. Did you know that this episode was also like a remake to an episode of Batman the Animated Series when it reached the 4th season? Deadshot. Man, the beauty about these short stories is the combo we got of phantasmic animation. This is golden animation right here. This is what I wish the DC animated movies all looked like. I know the animated art style for those movies is its own thing, and they're iconic, but this is on a whole new level. I love the vast amount of details displayed, and I say this not just for the Deadshot episode, I say this for every episode in this movie. I can't tell which one's better. That's how hard they all hit. But what do I think about the Deadshot episode? Besides its stellar animation, I like Deadshot's executions. There are definitely creative ways of eliminating his targets, and I love the way Batman countered the shot fired at Gordon. Batman is all about perfect timing, and I can believe that Batman expected Deadshot to fire his weapon towards Gordon that particular moment. He had already seen how Deadshot executed his previous targets in a creative way, so it made sense. I also love the shot where Batman gets the drop on Deadshot, and you get that slow-mo shot of him reacting to his surprise attack. Field Test. I put this one ahead of the Deadshot episode because of its story. Here we see Bruce utilizing a new piece of technology that can deflect bullets shot at him, but only from single shots fired like from a handgun, no machine guns. Bruce puts it to the test, everything goes well, but one of the bullets fired at him ended up hitting someone else after it deflected from his new suit. And even though it hit one of the thugs, it's not something he would do. Sure, it makes the job easy, but he was lucky that the bullet hit one of the thugs and that it wasn't fatal. Next time it could be an innocent civilian, so it just wasn't worth keeping. In the end of the episode, Batman loses a new suit, but I say he gained respect. In Darkness Dwells. The 3rd best episode for me is called In Darkness Dwells. This one has Batman investigating the Gotham sewers where he runs into Killer Croc and the Scarecrow, who was creating his own little army down there. It's always good to see how Batman takes down these adversaries alone. Oh yeah, Kevin Conroy reprised his role as Batman for all these episodes, and it's so satisfying to see Batman with these animated details voiced by Kevin Conroy.
What the city look like from up on high?
It looks dirty.
Crossfire. Crossfire is the 2nd best episode in the movie, and it's about detectives Crispus Allen and Anna Ramirez, who get caught in the crossfire between Maroni's mob and a Russian mob. Batman arrives on time to save the 2 detectives, and as always, his takedowns are a spectacle. The build-up to this episode was greatly executed in my opinion. The 2 detectives are transferring an escaped inmate of Arkham back to the asylum, and as they do so, they argue about whether Batman can be trusted. Detective Anna thinks so, and as a quick note, I like what they did with Arkham Asylum. The way they presented it, the lights, the darkness surrounding it, the whole atmosphere just screams insanity. With the building and its surroundings looking like this, it wouldn't surprise me if inmates only got worse once they entered. Working Through Pain. The best episode here is titled Working Through Pain. This is the 5th episode, and I put it as the best of all 6 because it concentrates on something we can all relate to, working through pain. And that's also part of the reason why we love Batman, why he inspires us. Because he's human just like all of us, and every injury is just as painful as it'd be in real life. And here we see what goes through his head when dealing with pain and regret. Sometimes we need to look back and remind ourselves, like why we can't give up. And this episode to me reminds me why Batman is my favorite comic book character of the DC universe. When The Dark Knight Rises were first released in theaters, there was such a craze for Batman products everywhere, and this movie was a part of that trend. And I don't blame him. In fact, I was one of the movie's biggest fans out there, collecting every bit of merch related to The Dark Knight. So this movie was one of the things I quickly picked up when it released. But even though this movie was set to take place in Chris Nolan's Batman universe, which I don't know still, it's not 100% verified anywhere. And see, I didn't really rewatch this movie as much as I did with The Dark Knight. I rewatched the hell out of that movie, especially when I was able to watch it on my PSP. Later I'd end up having The Dark Knight Rises on my PS Vita, so it's like it went full circle. This is one of the best movie cases I've ever seen. It's the 2-disc special edition DVD case to be exact. As mentioned in my swift critique of Superman Doomsday, I love 3D lenticular motion pictures, and this includes one for the front cover. Ain't that an amazing display of Batman breaking Deadshot's weapon? It's also a slipcover, and even though the back of the case is the same, same images on both the DVD case and the slipcover, the images are holographic on the slipcover's back. Look at that. Even the discs have this holographic glow to them. This is a quality presentation right here. It's DVDs like this one that make physical products far greater than digital ones. Check this out. They threw in a slip promo on one of the only Batman mangas to ever be made. They only made one volume of this. It's called Batman Death Mask, and luckily I bought it before the bookstore that sold it closed down. I'm surprised it became one of the only few Batman mangas to be made though. Till today? The second disc comes with a Batman documentary, pretty dope. A featurette as well about Batman and the evil denizens of Gotham, rope-a-dope, and 4 bonus episodes of Batman the Animated Series. I believe this is the first time they started doing this, because every DC animated flick, from here on, would end up having 3 or 4 episodes of a DC animated series. For this one, they called it Bruce Timm Presents 4 bonus episodes. Later, they would call it episodes from the DC Vault. There also exists a novelization for this movie, which is shocking, really. Why though? Why read about these short stories when the presentation of each story is complemented by its animation and voice acting? Overall, these episodes were all quite worthy. They're worth watching at least once, but I think it's possible that this type of movie just doesn't work as good as a full movie experience. Look at the other movies that were similar to this one. Movies like The Animatrix, Halo Legends, and Dead Space Aftermath. I think they're good movies containing interesting takes on the franchise that they're adapting, but for some reason, we don't really feel like rewatching them. If I had to choose between Dead Space Downfall or Dead Space Aftermath, I'd go with Downfall. If I had to choose between The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions or The Animatrix alone, I would always choose Reloaded and Revolutions because I'm one of the few out there who actually fucking love those 2 sequels, and I think the Matrix Trilogy makes a complete circle. Exclude that 4th one, which I dare not speak its name. What was I on about? Oh yeah, Batman Gotham Knight and the other 3 movies like it are pretty dope, and you should check them out. Then come back to this video and tell me which episodes you prefer, which ones are your favorites, and which ones offended you. Nah, I'm kidding. Go check those flicks out. Next time we'll be checking out one of my top 5 DC animated flicks out there. Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. And a bunch of other movie reviews, because I'm in the mood for some swift critiques left and right. That's it for the video. I'll be making more of these swift critiques on the rest of the DC animated movies since it's time I get to it. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to know when the next videos are out. I also stream here on YouTube at least a couple times a week, so tune into those so we can kick it virtually and enjoy some of the best retro games of my generation. And if you want to support the channel and see your name at the end of every new video, be sure to join the channel membership or my Patreon. Both will give you access to early videos, updates, and lots of new art, since I also like drawing stories to give you even more entertainment. Anyways, I'll see you on the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.